Welcome to Let's Draw, a podcast where we remove the two most important tools of drawing, the eyes and the hands. I'm curious to see how putting some limitations on ourselves affect the way we think about drawing. Today I'm here with Ståle Gerhardsen, sitting in his studio space, surrounded by his colorful murals and all sorts of projects. Ståle, I'm so happy to have you as a guest on the podcast.
Happy to be here.
Your presence in the art scene has, for me, it seems very organic. You've always sort of been in the edges of my radar for most of my life, like an optimistic, intrusive thought, constantly tiptoeing its way into focus. Early on as a rapper, a musician, later as a visual artist. Could you tell us a bit about your development as an artist from your point of view? How did you get into creative work and drawing as a form of expression?
I've always drawn, like as forever. It started out as wanting to be an I love dinosaurs, or whatever.
those people that dig in the ground.
The diggers and the finding the bones and stuff.
Yeah.
But I discovered that it was the drawing of the dinosaurs that was fun. Mm-hmm. I was like 6, so it's not deep thinking. It's just involvement.
Absolutely.
And then I turned to I understood that early school years, I understood that if I made comics using a typewriter and drawings and a Xerox, I could make editions and sell them and buy candy. I've been doing that my whole life. I feel like that aha moments have followed me throughout my career. So I've been doing the same thing for 40 years. I was the guy in the classroom in the back row drawing on the desks, or I didn't do the math, I drew in the book.
Yeah, I love that surface of those desks.
Yeah.
The melamine, the smooth.
The pencil just flows.
Yeah,
and you can
smudge it.
Yeah, you can use your thumbs to smudge and you make shadows and also on the back of the bus I started tagging and I did graffiti until I was arrested. Then I stopped because I'm not that type of gangster.
Thug life.
Yeah. And I failed. I applied to theater school because I enjoyed being on stage, and most of my childhood I was on stage.
Yeah.
So it felt natural, but I didn't come in, or
you weren't admitted.
Yeah.
Was it here in Trondheim?
Yeah. Okay. 2 years in a row since I drew in the math class. My character, my
your grades.
My grades, wasn't that good.
I see.
But my drawing was, so I was submitted to Tegningforum, also like the high school of drawing.
Yeah.
And then I just bloomed or flourished there. And then I was selected to go to, when I was 17, to Kansera. It's a Norwegian own artist in residence spot.
Ah, okay.
But we were a pack of teenagers with the teachers going to Spain. And there I discovered that art could be fun and not boring, as I thought it would be.
Then you mean like proper art, like fine art and these things?
Yeah, because I thought I love to draw and do graffiti or make stuff.
Yeah.
But I thought like art was kind of boring because it was I didn't the Tidemann og Gude stuff didn't hit me.
Yeah.
But then we went to the Picasso Museum, where you can see his development from super naturalistic drawings to he don't give a fuck about the rules.
Yeah,
like
he makes the rules now.
Yeah. And then it kind of dawned on me that this art thing actually could be fun. And then we also went to the Dali Museum, where it's like, I haven't taken acid ever, but I assume it's like that.
It looks like that.
Yeah, it's like
to me, yeah,
totally crazy, just filled with creativity and fun. And then I at that concert place, I just went all in. So I was in the studio 12 hours a day just painting, while my fellow students were out tasting wine and whatever. I just painted all day, and I had my an exhibition when I came home, and just did what I did with the cartoons when I was a kid. I had sold them to the nearest people, and I used those money to go to Roskilde and party. So I just had a patience in me to wait.
Yeah, I see.
But I didn't dare to apply on like art school or whatever. So I went down the illustration designer, art director path before I just understood I could drop it and go all in on my art. That took 15 years.
I saw one exhibition with the piece that you made that had a neon sign that I think it said imposter or imposter syndrome maybe.
Yeah.
I had the feeling that this wasn't a message to the audience, to me as a viewer, but internal dialogue, so to speak.
It was a self-portrait.
Yeah.
I
I find that fascinating. For me, I'm also dabbling in art, and I feel the same kind of art. Isn't art just for these fancy folks that have?
Apparently not.
Apparently not. And how do you?
Everyone.
How do you deal with that kind of feeling of not doing it the way most people go into art?
I just know one way. I just know my way, and I think it's room for everyone to do their thing. And if you don't like it, you can move along. It's okay. And if you like it, please come on in and have some fun with me.
Yeah.
So it's not that big of a deal. I don't need to please everyone.
Yeah.
I just need to please. I have to be pleased and happy with what I do, and the rest is a bonus.
True.
It's scary because I also have to make a living, but I'm lucky enough or good enough or whatever to actually have a following, increasing following. That's kind of understand what I'm about.
Yeah.
That makes me the luckiest man ever, because now I live kind of my dream, drawing, painting, making, creating, and my kind of point of view or what I want to do in the world or life resonates with people. And the people that doesn't connect, you can do your thing, or we can connect another time when you're ready.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going anywhere.
Nice. I think that's a good sentiment for younger artists, because as you said, you used 15 years to get that kind of strength or bravery or sense of not caring.
Because I feel I've done the same forever, but for 15 years I waited for you as a client or whatever to ask me to do something. But now I do it for myself, from an inner drive. Yeah. And hope you like it. So it's the table has turned, and I decide what I want to make, and I hope people like it. Instead of you calling me to make your logo bigger, you call me and ask to buy something. All right,
yeah. This might be a bit of a basic question, but I think it's layered under what you've talked about. Why do we draw? Why do we do this? Why do we draw?
It's an outlet. It's if I have a pencil, it just starts for itself. I just have to.
That's so fascinating, because most people don't. Most people fear that feeling.
Yeah, that's because I can't draw. Yes, you can. It's just you can't draw what you have in your mind. That's how a painting should look or how a drawing should look. But as soon as you drop that silly rule, because nothing I make looks just like I have it in my head.
It becomes when you've made it.
Yeah, and it's just my head does not have the answer. My thoughts have, it's just the start, and then my hand have to collaborate, and whatever happens, happen. And I know my proportions of the figure I paint, they're not at all correct, but I don't care. It's the feeling or the vibe I want to communicate. But if I want to draw something that looks like just that thing, I can do that, but I think it's super boring for me, and I don't like boring. I want to have fun. I've had loads of workshops, and everyone is like, oh, you're so creative, or you can draw, and so can you. Creativity is like, it's just problem solving. And the drawing, if you draw a stick figure, you have drawn. It doesn't have to be a Mona Lisa. And I had this cool experiment with a bunch of youths, kids, in UKM in Oslo.
Yeah, this cultural thing we have in Norway. Some of the listeners are they're from all over. It's a cultural thing for kids where kids meet and show their skills and talents.
Yeah, so I had the drawing class, and then I handed out a blank piece of paper to everyone and a pencil. Start to draw just whatever you like to draw. And that's a hard task.
Absolutely.
Especially if you're in your teens. And just suddenly, without telling them, I took the papers, the drawings from them before they were finished. Some of them got angry, some got relieved, and I just told them to remember the feeling. And then I turned the pile of art upside down and handed it out to different people, so they had to continue on someone else's drawing. Some loved it, some hated it. Oh, you're ruining my drawing, or
what's the point?
Or you're saving my drawing, or whatever.
Yeah.
And I did that 3-4 times, and I discovered that, or we discovered in their talk afterwards, no one had responsibility over the result, so everyone was relieved and relaxed about the end result. And we tolerated it was crap, or we celebrated it worked, because some of them were super cool and some just didn't work.
Of course.
But it was like the tension disappeared, because early on in the process I can see people hiding their pencil with their other hand and, oh, don't look at my painting, and because they're so boxed in on what's a good drawing,
they can only see what's not there and what's wrong. And,
small kids don't have that. It's a learned skill. Or skill, I don't know. It's a
disability.
So when people say I can't draw, they can't. They just think they can't.
I heard once one guy. It was this YouTube short, of course, where we all get our info these days. He talked about that. Nothing is difficult. It's just unfamiliar. And in drawing, I think that's really correct. It's unfamiliar. What you see on the paper isn't what you're familiar with, and then you have to make it familiar. You have to become.
And also, you have to be curious and not just. You have to what's going to happen if I do this, or what's happening if I have a circle here instead of a square, or.
I think back to the surface of the table in elementary school. That surface is that kind of it encourages that kind of curiosity, because you can always make the circle into something else by just smudging it out. And,
Photoshop before Photoshop.
Anyone that's been in Trondheim, the city we're in, for any length of time has probably seen one of your murals. Often this lanky guy with a blissful expression and a stripy sweater, a bit like Waldo from Where's Waldo. What draws you to street art and art in public space?
Several things. I enjoy it myself when I out walking or on travels. The first thing I notice is stickers, tags, graffiti, street art. It kind of shows, if not the real side, but a more pure side of the town you're in instead of like the billboards or both places. Or a gallery is also fun, but it's curated.
Something happens when stuff is curated.
And that's cool, but So I love that too, but art in the streets shows the real thing. And a city without graffiti and street art are boring and dull, I think. I understand that people get angry for vandalism, but the
borders.
no, yeah, where do vandalism stop and where do art begin? And
where is the
who decides what's vandalism?
Who defines what is vandalism?
Yeah, because I think a grey, huge building with no connection to the surroundings or whatever is vandalism.
And perhaps a more serious one than just a bit of paint.
Yeah, so I love that. And I did graffiti and tagging when I was a teenager, and the hip hop part of it, because it's graffiti is a part of hip hop, the hip hop scene. So it's like rooted deep in me. And I also like the reason why my characters are naive and simplistic is I want them to kind of clean up the dirtiness outside and make I want them to communicate with the public in a second or two. So if you're sitting on a bus, you can and see my murals. You don't need to linger. You can just interact with it in seconds. But when I paint on canvas, I try to make a mess more. Like you're having this canvas in your home, in your tidy home for 40 years. So I want to make a mess in your home, and I want to clean your surroundings outside because they're messy. So they have different roles.
I can imagine, because you are a visible figure, at least your art is visible, and it's a bit like architecture is, as you say, sometimes it's vandalism, it's crime against humanity. If you live in a city, you have to deal with architecture and you have to deal with public art. And I know some people get annoyed that your characters are happy and that you only say have a nice day or smile. It's going to make you feel better.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I won't need you to comment on it, but it's fascinating to hear how you think about these things, that it's a conscious effort to make them simple. Not only simple to understand, but also simple to deal with, to take in.
And I think on a greater scale, the world is so shitty right now. And with all the information, it's like you don't have a minute to just take a breath and just be. It's always a Twitter feed or something, a TikTok and war and human trafficking. So I just want to put good stuff into the world. I know that's naive, but I think we need it. And if people get upset by a smile, it's not my problem. It's theirs.
True. Yeah, true.
And because I just want to pour good stuff into the world. And the street thing is intentionally super stylistic, easy, and also like the same thing, repetitive. And it's on purpose because I want to give that feeling to everyone that sees it. So their association with my art in the streets are immediate to a happy, like give them, if some gets angry, it's okay, but most of people gets lifted up by it. Or the feedback I get. I also get some other feedback, but
of course, haters gonna hate, right?
Yeah. It's not like I don't want to point out the difficulties in the world. It's just that there's so much info on it and so much like stuff that's bad that I think we need just a minute to just stop and be happy. It's difficult to be happy in a world that's going to pieces.
And I guess
we have to try.
we need some reminders sometimes. Sometimes it's nice that people ask, do you want a hug? And in some ways your murals is a question or a offer to give someone a hug, I guess.
And the thing about street art is art in galleries you have to go to,
Mm.
but the street art and the graffiti, whatever, it's there in your way. You have to take a stand, whether you like it or not. You have to like care.
Mm.
So I'm glad when people gets happy about it, and I'm also glad that people gets angry about it.
Yeah.
Because it's at least it have made them think about it.
Yeah, it's. I guess anger is better than apathy.
Yeah. If they don't care, it's okay. Then
Well,
Yeah.
then they don't care.
yeah.
We are, as I said, we're in your studio space, and we're surrounded by murals on the walls. The floor is a art piece in itself. By the leftovers from all your work, we have paintings, sculptures, ongoing projects. It almost feels like we're sitting inside of Ståle's head.
This is the closest you get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like a happy place, a bit messy, but also a happy place. But it also hits me that you seem deeply consumed by art and creative expression. Do you ever have times, or do you have a space where you take time off drawing?
No. No. Because when my mind wanders, or if I draw.
It's just there.
Yeah.
And do you ever feel the need to either not necessarily stop drawing, but have a safe space where you don't have to deal with all the complexities of being an artist? And
yeah, but then I have a family life, and my kind of thing to shut off because I go to work, and I'm 9 to 5.
Yep.
Like
this is your work.
Yeah. So to kind of try to stop, because I don't want to stop it, because it's always on, the creativity thing. But try to like slow it down and interact with the people I love. I make dinner, like I just cook, and that's kind of also creative.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then it's not my project anymore or whatever. I don't have to like put a lot of communication and just so it's an easing into real life.
Yeah.
I also I make breakfast before I go for the family, and then I make dinner when I come home. So it's just
like a reset.
Yeah.
That's interesting. It's almost like a antidote or like a methadone for art.
Yeah.
You do something that gives you the fix, but it doesn't take your full focus.
Yeah. And also, if I must like complete shutdown, I build Lego. Because that gives me the fix.
Yeah.
But I have to follow instructions.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun with the kids as well.
Yeah, you build with your kids.
I build, and I don't play with it. Like, I just enjoy building, and they can break it. I don't care. It's okay. Just I need to. Yeah.
It's part of the rule set to break it.
Yeah. And rebuild and whatever. Yeah.
Okay, let's imagine a world where drawing was illegal or somehow impossible. Both your arms fell off and your eyes just never was there. How would you cope with life if drawing wasn't an option?
Is writing an option? Like storytelling?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I will cope.
You would write.
Yeah.
Because you have already written a couple of books, right?
Yeah.
And that's something you want to do more?
I write all the time.
Yeah.
I write and draw, and I'm kind of an idea type of guy. I love ideas and concepts, and how can I make this idea or thing? What kind of thing is this idea? Is it a book, or is it a painting, or is it jewelry or clothing? Or so I'm not like limited by just drawing.
Yeah. Drawing is just a tool.
Yeah, and
ideas.
I absolutely love it, and I have a pencil tattoo on my right hand and a sharpener on the left, so I always stay sharp. So I've drawn everything, always. I was on parenting meeting at school yesterday, and we was handed out pencils, but no paper. And it took all my energy to not draw on the school.
Yeah.
So I didn't get the info, because I just had do not draw on this. Yeah.
You were back on the in elementary school drawing on your desk, sort
like
of.
in seconds. I'm driven by the need to create. So if you broke all the pencils in the world and took away my arms, I would draw in sand with my legs. I don't know. I'd have to empty my head in some sort of way.
I have a sort of what I call a shotgun round where I pose two different concepts that are a bit opposites maybe, and you can just say whatever falls into your mind first or whatever resonates with you.
Cool.
Sketch or masterpiece?
Sketch.
And that I could sort of see that you knew the answer before finishing the question.
I didn't hear the other option. Sketch or, that one.
That one.
Because I don't sketch.
Because you only sketch.
Yeah, because sketch is the purest thing. I tend to fuck up the sketches if I sketch and then try to redo it on a canvas or whatever. It loses its purity, or it's, I don't know, something is missing.
Yeah.
It's soulless. They said it at school as well. Your sketchbook is awesome. Your end result is not that, because I didn't manage to take the pureness of what I did in the sketchbook over to the result. But now I do everything at the same time. And I also believe like this is like super, okay. I believe in life, I want to be an honest person, mostly for myself, just to tolerate myself in every kind of way I am. And also to others, be honest and sincere. And I thought, how could I do that in my work? So I quit using a palette. I started directly on the canvas, just painting, and if it's not the way I wanted, I just paint over. But I paint so many layers that you can see my errors as well. So my painting style also is honest, if it makes sense.
Yeah.
So how I want to be as a person, I want it to reflect in the way I paint as well.
Is that also part of what you're trying to do when painting?
Yeah.
Is that itself, making the painting, is that also part of trying to figure out what is me when I'm honest? Or is that too far of a... Is it first the idea and then you want to make that idea real?
No.
Or is the process of making the painting or the art also part of your, I don't know, your search?
Yes to everything.
Yeah.
Because I paint a lot of paintings at the same time. A lot of projects. I hate waiting for paint to dry. So I paint 10, 15 paintings at once, and I go from painting to painting. Some of them starts off with an idea and a direction, and some just starts out as leftover paint on the brush, smeared over the canvas, and they grow. And when every painting is wet, I go and draw. And when that is, I go and do writing or sculpture.
Or sign 200 copies of a print.
Oh, yeah.
Let's not go there.
No, that's the boring part.
Okay. And I think I know the answer to this one too, but I'll pose it anyway. Analog or digital?
Analog.
Do we need to look into that more? Or? Because you do work digitally too.
Yeah. But I'm a trained graphic designer. Is my
that's your education is a graphic designer.
So I worked as a designer in Illustrator for 15 years, For, I don't know, 20 years or something ago, I was asked to design the Natt Dag, a free paper.
Yep.
Their student magazine. They give out every start of the semester. And there was supposed to be like 52 or 58 pages. And I did everything by hand. But first I did it digital, so I printed out and then traced the fonts, and I drew all the paintings and the pictures. And it took me for ages. But it's so satisfying, and so geeky, and I scanned every piece and then collage it back together, and so analog.
It's also part of your drug, I guess.
Yeah.
Nice. 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional drawing?
What do you mean? 3-dimensional drawing?
Do you search for, I don't know, 2-dimensional depictions of your visual expression, or do you look for spaces and three-dimensionality in your work. Maybe it's hard for you
That's
to answer.
That's an architect thing.
It might actually be. I realize now that
I'm not conscious about that. I just make. I haven't thought about.
Because you do work in public space, you are in a space and you work on three-dimensional or several multi-dimensional surfaces, I guess.
Yeah.
But your images are quite two-dimensional, flat. But in your more your art and the things on canvas and also your sculptures, those are more, I guess, in a three-dimensional.
Okay, then three-dimensional then.
Because you need them, or
but in my daily life, I'm a painter more than a muralist, because I make 5 murals a year, but they're huge and you see them. But I make loads of paintings and sculptures and prints. Yeah. So and also I tend to try to play with the mural part. If the buildings or I try to incorporate where you stand when you see it into the piece. Because I read Mad magazine when I was a kid. Yeah. And the last page, you can fold it together to make a painting. A picture could be another picture if you folded it. And it was my favorite thing, because every new Mad magazine there was a new painting to fold. And I try to do that with walls. So your position in life or point of view is changing how you see the mural. So I've done that a couple of times, and that's super satisfying, and also a mindfuck making.
Yeah, absolutely. And I also, back to the exhibition, I saw you also have this sort of kingly character with the crown and sitting at the table with figures in the
We're
background.
All kings. Yeah.
That's also a very three-dimensional way of expressing yourself, I would say, even though it's a surface.
Okay. That painting is called We're All Kings, and my fascination for dining paintings or dining scenes started during COVID, because I missed people, and then I listened to a song called Eat, and he rapped "Watch Me Dining," or I misheard the lyrics, and I thought that was a pretty cocky thing to say. Watch me dine, like I'm cool enough for you to sit down and see me eat. And then I thought that's how every cool people in the movies, Brad Pitt always eats, or the important kings in whatever they eat, and the peasants don't. And then I thought about Da Vinci and then Last Supper. Then I started painting loads of people coming together over food, but for me it was just the food, and the food setting was just scenery for people meeting, conversation. And I'm painting loads of different ways to do it. But then I thought the Last Supper thing, there's one who's very important, Jesus.
That guy, the guy in the middle.
Yeah, and it's super. The composition is this is the main guy. And then I thought, but in real life, no one is more important than the next one. So how about if I flip the table and no one sits at the end being more important than the other, and everyone has a crown somewhere, because you're the king of your own thing, and everyone bows their head in respect for the other one's kingdom. So it's all about equality, that painting, but it's a painting of people eating. So I put a lot of thought into it, but it looks like several kings eating, but it's just the exact opposite. Because everyone is a king, hence no one is.
I see that some of these shotgun questions are apparently they seem obvious, but when we look into them, there's something there. So the next one is the same: grayscale or color. But you also do prints.
Yeah.
And those are often limited, at least in color palette.
No?
Not for you?
No. I love color, and I use so much energy on color. And I want my paintings to be full of energy and also calm and grounded.
Mm.
So you can, by looking at them, you can get energy, but they're like not these happy-go-lucky crazy, they're profound but colorful. So it's like a slow explosion or something.
Mm.
And when I do serigraphy, screen printing, I do that the most. I paint the paintings, and I use many layers, and I print with see-through paint or kind of like aquarelle. You get these layers. So my printing style is almost like my painting style.
Mm.
When Håkon Bleken was alive, he was using the same print place, so we often worked not together but side by side on our own projects. And he was like, "You're using so much colors. Why? What?" Because he's strictly limited to 2 or 3. But he loved it, and it's because the style is totally different. It's not like this stylistic, stripped down thing.
Mm.
So color.
And again, the space we're sitting in also tells this story. Wet or dry?
Wet.
Wet.
Or dry. Both.
Both. Why not both? Because you also mix quite a lot of
I do.
things that aren't supposed to be mixed.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't,
You don't.
I didn't go to the right school, so I don't know what's supposed to be.
We're back to the imposter syndrome.
Yeah. No, I mix and match and do all kinds of... But I love smearing and spilling, and you see my rug here, it's drenched in color. Looks like a crime scene of a clown or something. I don't know.
Yeah. But it's also nice to be in a space where that seems to be the point, or at least it's not illegal.
No.
Because most of our world seems to be illegal to live in, because you will always break it. But in this space, you can always make it better.
Yeah.
You will always just make it more colorful.
Yeah.
And the last one, I think this is a custom one for you that I'm curious about. Alone or together?
In what way?
Yeah.
I love working alone, losing time and space, and just being in the paintings. That's my favorite thing and what I do the most. But I enjoy people as well, but I've become more of a loner. Not a loner, wolf,
Yeah, you enjoy your...
A loner sounds sad, but it's not sad. It's quality time.
Yeah, if it's any consolation, I have the same. I have my work studio is in my home. Yeah. And every weekend, if I can be inside from Friday to Sunday and not meet anyone else than my girlfriend and my dog, I have the best weekends.
But
and I also like people. I just enjoy my time with my work and so much.
But I also love meeting people, but then it's more like I have people close to me, and they're I can meet them in whatever state of mind. But as years go by and as more and more visible I get, other encounters can be interesting and fun, but it's kind of, it stops. It doesn't come any closer than I let it. Because I deal with emotions when my art is super, I don't know, about mental health and about caring about people, and so I get all these stories thrown back to me, people, how people react to my art. And it's so rewarding, and it's super touching that they want to share it with me, but I can't take it all the way in because it's kind of heavy. So I tend to have people in an arm's length. Yeah,
it makes sense to me at least.
Yeah. So I'm personal in every meeting, and I see people and I care, but I'm never private. So I have this close circle that's mine. And then just by talking to you about making dinner, I'm breaking my rule. Yeah. I'm
honored. Yeah. And I wish I could say that I won't put it online, but I will. Sorry about that. I think we survived the shotgun round. What is the first drawing you remember making in life?
I think dinosaurs, of course. And actually, the way I made dinosaur skin, dinosaur skin, is a thing I've taken into my painting world, my visual language. So if you see that painting there, those waves, those they pop up in my work often, and it's like a homage to myself when I was a kid drawing the scale of a T-Rex or whatever.
Yeah, it's also a very satisfying thing to draw. These half moons that are sort of hitting each other on the apex.
And sometimes they just are there for composition, and sometimes they have a role as wave or leaves or stuff, clothing or. But that's fun for me, and it's also fun for the people who really follows my thing, because then they find Easter eggs I hide in the paintings. So it's
they get to know you a bit, and then they can recognize you.
So apart from the dinosaur skin, I used to tape A4 papers, laying down several meters, and draw. It could have been like early computer game designing before it.
Like a level design from Super Mario Bros.
Yeah, but I didn't know about Super Mario because it wasn't invented.
There yet.
No, so I made, but it wasn't. It was skateboard. So I made ramps and skateboarding. Like
you made Tony Hawk Pro before Tony Hawk was cool.
Hell, I'm going to send him an invoice. But actually, that's both like these skateboard worlds and also killing machines, like. Just assembling tables of knives and bazookas and whatever. And also these Mad Magazine folding out a normal guy, and we fold out and it's a monster. And so I have loads and loads. And also just copying Disney characters and Python, like another magazine.
Yeah, the Norwegian Mad Magazine.
Yeah.
I remember that one. Do you still have those drawings?
Some of them were kept and some were not, because I drew a lot.
Yeah, I see. So you would have a storage facility just for the drawings.
Yeah.
What's the most recent drawing you made?
I haven't drawn anything today, so it must be at the parenting meeting yesterday.
Because you ended up drawing in that meeting.
Yeah, because we had this group discussion thing, and you had to discuss.
I love the way your body language changes when you talk about these things. Suddenly all the fun just flowed out of Ståle.
But it's like it was an important issue, and we had to discuss this. And but eventually, everything is said kind of in such meetings, and then I just it's said in the assignment, where does the limit go? I don't remember the rest, but I drew a dude holding his hand up high, and I said, "Here." And the other friends looked at it and they took it. Yeah. So that's the last drawing I made. Yeah.
Cool. You should make a print of that. Where does the limit go? What will be the next drawing you make?
If I have time today, I will continue on this huge painting.
We have a painting next to us that's about 2 by 2 meters almost.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, 160, 180.
Yeah, it seems to be a landscape, and one of the sentiments here is you cannot choose both paths.
Yeah. That's the.
I hope that's not a spoiler.
No, it's okay. I'm kind of stuck, so I have to fuck this up to continue. But I'm happy with it, so I can't destroy it too much. So perhaps this one.
Yeah, nice. You are very generous about sharing your art, and many people keep an eye on what you do. What would be your number one advice to someone that's studying drawing?
Share. If you care, share. Why should someone else share your thing if you don't? You have to be proud and look at this, mom. You have to show people what you did. If not, you can't expect them to pay attention. You can't, or you can, but I won't let fluke or chance decide if someone. I have to do what I can to bring my art into the world. I can't just paint in a corner of my studio and put it on the desk and hope someone will see it. I have to share it and own it and just, this is me. Hope you like it. If not, I liked it enough to show you. So it's just...
You've done your part at least.
Yeah.
I'm super grateful for this conversation with Ståle, and that he took the time to meet me and share his thoughts on drawing and life. As I suspect Ståle also has sort of pointed out, is that there is more here than meets the eye. Many people have seen just the surface of your work. So thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us. And to anyone that's listened to the episode, thanks for joining. Make sure to keep an eye out for Ståle's coming projects. Any final words of wisdom, Ståle?
I just agree with everything you said.
Okay, excellent. Then we agree at least, so that's a good start. Thanks for listening.